Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. Just out here taking a walk. I am at, hold on, let me see what's going on. All right. So I already recorded a video earlier, and the reason I recorded it just on my phone is because the last few times when I've been going live, something weird. Hey, Johnny. So, something weird has been going on. Like, I'll be in the middle of the dang video and the sound will cut off. So I went ahead and recorded a video a few minutes ago. And then I decided to go live on Instagram instead of Facebook, where I would normally go live, because I don't know if the problem is Facebook or my phone. And so I am here at Eastern Mennonite University up here in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and I'm taking a walk. Just taking an evening walk. Excuse me. And I got my water and my stuff. But I was talking on that video about change. Hey, the champ is here. I know, I saw you won all the stuff in Columbia. I'm so proud of you, Johnny. If y'all don't know, Hard Rock Hurley is a champion bodybuilder and a personal trainer and a nutrition specialist. So you need to get your fitness on. You need to hit my man up or DM me and I'll let you know. But anyway, so I'm out here and I was walking and I'm just like, man, like I was here. I took a walk here like about 2 weeks ago, but just like today, I'm out here by myself taking a walk. Well, not by myself. People were on the campus. But I was just thinking, the last time I was really here and I was taking my walk every day and doing my little second one workout and stuff was 2020. And right down that path there to the right, that was the house that I was in. So my daughter was here for her getting her master's degree, and then when she finished up her master's, she ended up teaching for a few semesters before heading off to law school. And so I was just thinking about, you saw the title, it's just like recognizing change, right? Because even though it's so beautiful here and it's so green, I don't know if you can see past there, that's not just the sky, the little dark patch. I hope you, I don't know if you can see my finger. That is the mountains. That's the mountains. So it's just so nice to be here, right? So I really, actually what happened was I was here. I was gonna move from South Carolina, where I hadn't technically lived for about 4 years prior, and I was gonna move up here in 2020. It was a pandemic, a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I ended up going back to South Carolina to just pack up my stuff and move. But then some other situations happened that I ended up just deciding to stay there for a while longer. Started doing some cleaning business stuff with my sister and some other family, and but what I want to talk to you really about is just recognizing change, right? Like when I was here before, last time I was here was around the pandemic. So everything was locked down. The campus wasn't open. They were all doing home study stuff and all that kind of stuff. The campus was just opening up when I left. And I was saying in my video earlier, like, now my knees were bothering me when I was walking. Before I just was kind of little heavy, needed to lose some weight, get in shape. But then the pandemic and just eating whatever the hell I wanted to eat and not really paying attention, I gained like so much weight. I had never been that heavy in my whole life. And so now we're backing that up. And just gonna walk this way, as you can see this campus. And so then, so my knees have been bothering me, and they're feeling better now because I've been walking, I've been stretching, I've been doing my yoga, and then something that I learned was to tighten your glutes I mean, not your glutes, your, yeah, that's it. Tighten your glutes. Yeah, your butt. Tighten up your glutes. And that would help relieve some of the knee pain. And that's really been working well. But, this changes. It's like, to me, it was difficult just because it was more in the summertime when I was doing my 2-a-day workouts. And so even though I was walking out here, it was hot and I'm sweating and walking up hills and up the steps and all this kind of stuff. And so I noticed physical change, right? Then of course I'm older than I was before, right? So so just noticing the physical change. And then just having a different mindset about things, right? Like just hello. Just having a different mindset about things, right? So there's other people out here walking too. But anyway, just realizing the world has changed. Like 2020, we were all still like kind of terrified. We didn't know what was going to happen. COVID was still hot and heavy. People were dying. People were losing friends and loved ones left and right. And I mean, I know people that whole family members, you know, like a lot of family members all lost at the same time. And so we gotta forget stuff. We take things for granted. We forget things. And have you recognized the change from the way you were thinking during that COVID period, during the lockdown in 2020 and 2019 and all that stuff, and realize that we've almost gone back to a lot of our old ways? And well, not everyone, but a lot of people have, you know. And yeah, what does it mean to you? Like, think about change. What does it mean to you? What does it mean? You can assign meaning to everything, right? So it could be good, bad, indifferent. Whatever you say it is that's what it is. And then the other thing I want to talk about, recognizing change, is recognizing change in the times, right? In the economy. People are worried about their jobs and, you know, making money, having enough money, figuring out stuff. Listen, I've got a ton of ways if you're interested in making some money to help you make money, right? You can work online. You don't have to like, you don't have to do all this hard stuff. And you can do it because I'm doing it. And I'm learning a lot of new things. And, you know, some of you know that I've been online since 2013. I've been doing stuff online. So, you know, that's what's enabled me to not have to have a job, even though I took 2 jobs to learn the insurance industry, the auto insurance side, because that was something I wanted to do, but I didn't have to do it because I had other things that I could rely on. And so that's a message, you know, for anybody. You recognize the change. I did a video the other day about, you know, you better learn to make money online or you're going to get left behind, because all these brick and mortar places are closing, and, you know, people are worried about AI taking their job. Well, if you're worried about AI, why don't you learn about AI so you can embrace the technology? And what can you do? Hey, motivation man, how are you, Chris? And so you gotta embrace the technology, right? Or you're gonna really seriously get left behind, because all these people go, oh, AI is gonna take our jobs. AI is gonna take our job. Well, guess what? What if you could just use AI right now to help you create some income, so that no matter what happened, you would already have some income? So the dollar bill, people are like, well, the dollar's going to crash and crypto. It doesn't matter. Listen, these rich people, the rich people in this world, rich people in this world know that no matter what the currency is called, whether it's called the dollar, whether it's called crypto, whether it's gold, whether it's whatever it is, there's going to be something totally new that we've not heard of that's going to be the medium for exchanging the earth. Because that's all money is. It's just a medium for exchanging the earth. Money's not good. It's not bad. It's what people do with it that's good or bad. The money itself is like pieces of paper. It's not even worth anything. It's just like an idea. Somebody came up and said, this thing equals this thing. Okay, cool. But again, what are you noticing? What changes are you going to make in your life, right? Like for me, I'm getting back out here. I'm doing my walking. I'm doing my yoga. I'm doing my 2-a-days, which I did my yoga this morning. So this nice little evening walk is my second wind workout, which is coined by Robin Sharma. If you don't know who Robin Sharma is, he is called the billionaires coach, because he coaches all these billionaire business people and sports stars and all this stuff. But back to the title of the video, recognizing change. You've got to recognize change. Like I said, I recognize the changes in my physical body, so I had to do something about it. I recognize the change in even where I was living, right? I had to be in South Carolina for a while. That was my mission. That was my assignment. So I was there. That's over. Now I had to move. So that's a change. Now I recognize, the change in the world. And AI is like, you can't be out here thinking you're going to be able to do anything without embracing that technology. It's just like all the people, think about the 70s and 80s and 90s where people were afraid to use computers and technology. And now we don't think anything of it. Everybody, even old people, have smartphones, right? They're making us kind of dumb because we don't really remember shit. But we can just look it up. Like, I swear I've been to the Walmart here, I don't know how many times, because we used to come up here years ago when my kids were little. My kids are all grown now and on their own. But when they were little, we used to come up here and go skiing, and there's a resort up here and everything in the mountains. And so I've been to that Walmart for years. Even when I was here, like I said, in 2020 with my daughter and my son-in-law, I was going to that Walmart frequently. And yet, even since I've been here, I've gone to Walmart or that area at least 10 times. I still turn on the GPS. Like I don't know where it is. And so it's that. It's those things like that. Smartphones are making us dumb, right? So, but what are you recognizing? What changes are you recognizing? What changes are you embracing? So it's okay to be scared. Everybody that we know there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'm going to do a video about that another time. We know there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world. People are doing God only knows what, right? Wars and rumors of wars to the end of time. That's what the Bible says. And I'm sure any other version of any religious text says the same thing, right? That there going to be wars and rumors of wars to the end of time. But you can't be worrying about that stuff. You're here now. You're here today. What if the world goes another 1,000 years, 10, 20,000 years? What if that happens, right? Because I was talking to a friend the other day and we were just talking about, the end of days. Well, people have been predicting the end of the world probably before Jesus came, but definitely after Jesus came, right? People have been predicting the world forever, the end of the world. Yes, this world as we know it is going to end. But what if you live another 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80? You might not live that long, but what if you live until you're, 90 or 100 or 120? These people are living, these long lifespans, and they're not like all dribbling and, can't take care of themselves. Like some of these people are in their hundreds and they're doing very well. Well, what if you live that long? What if your kids and your grandkids, you have great grandkids, right? What if your lineage keeps going for another 5 or 6 or however many generations, right? Even if all that happens, even if this world continues to go for another 20,000 years, 100,000, whatever, we're not going to be here. We're not going to be here. So why worry about what may happen tomorrow? Why worry about what may happen, tonight? Why worry about any of that stuff? Because listen, if they take and blow up the entire universe, which I don't believe that's going to happen, but let's just pretend it did. What difference does it make? You're not going to know. You're not going to be here. But what if you are here? What if you are here? Why not embrace the changes, right? Embrace the changes. Why not understand that you need to learn how to make money online? You need to have more than one stream of income. You need to get your health together. Because guess what? You can have all the money in the world, and if you're not healthy, it doesn't matter. Look at Steve Jobs and all these other people, billionaires that have things that they weren't cured from, right? But wouldn't you rather just have a good life while you're here? Wouldn't that be more fun? Wouldn't that be more exciting? Wouldn't you be happier? Every day, get up and say, what's changing in the world? And what do I need to change in me? And where do I need to recognize that things are changing? And you decide whether they're changing for the best or for the worst. You get to make that decision. Nobody can say that for you. All right, which is how I started this conversation the last time I was here in beautiful at Eastern Mennonite University campus. I don't know if you can see it now. It was the pandemic. We were all like, hey, we might die tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if it's maybe my phone. My old phone didn't used to do this all the time. But anyway, all right, that's it, you guys. Ciao for now. I'm going to upload the video I did earlier just in case this one is cutting off. Like I said, they've been cutting off for me lately. Yep, I see, Chris. I froze. Yeah. Thanks. All right, y'all. Ciao for now. Bye.